Alright, let's look at the practice exam 1, problem number 9. Alright, let's solve these equations. Alright, part A. Alright, so it looks like you have two exponential expressions with the same base. Right, they are equal to each other. So we know that the powers must be the same, otherwise you're going to get the different values. Right, so you have x squared, which is a power on the left, must be equal to 2x plus 3, which is the power on the right. Right, just have to solve this quadratic equation. Right, I would like to put everything on one side, so I'm going to subtract 2x and subtract 3. Right, that way we're going to get the x squared minus 2x minus 3, right, is equal to 0. Right, so we can factor this guy out. So we can factor it out as, let's see, it's going to be x, so it's going to be plus 1 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Right, so therefore we're going to end up getting, right, so x value is equal to -1 and a positive 3. Right, so those are the x values. Right, how about part B? Right, so we have this log equation, and a log equation is too hard, so I'm going to just rewrite it into an equivalent exponential equation. So the base is 1/2, so corresponding exponential expression is going to have 1/3 as a base. Right, log function sends 27 to x. So exponential function is going to go backward, sends x back to 27. Right, then we can rewrite, let's see, I don't like a fraction, so I'm going to write the 1/3 as 3 to the -1. And we still need to raise it to the x power, so which is the same thing as left hand side there. Right, 27 is 3 times 3 times 3, so it's 3 cubed. Right, then here 3 to the -1 to the x is exactly the same thing as 3 to the -x, and the right hand side is already looking good, so I'm going to write it as 3 cubed. Right, so this basically became the same problem as part A, so we have to match the powers. So we have -x has to be equal to 3. By multiplying or dividing by -1, we get x equals -3. Right, that's the solution of that equation. Alright, last one. Alright, so it's hard to compare when you have two logs on the left and one log on the right. So I'm going to combine these two logs together. Right, so when you have addition outside, we can write it as a multiplication inside. So we have a log to the base b, so we can just multiply x minus 2 and x. So x times x is x squared. X times -2 is -2x. Right, and the right hand side stays the same, log to the base b of 15. Alright, so we have a same log with the same base, then we just have to match the inside, otherwise we're going to get a different values. So this is going to give us x squared minus 2x is equal to 15. Right, then we can subtract 15 so that everyone is on the left. So we have x squared minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. Then we can factor this guy out. So we get, let's see, x, and we're probably going to do x plus 5 And actually, that's not it. So I'm gonna go back. So I have to get 15. So we're gonna do plus 2. Oh shoot, it's gonna be plus 3 I meant, and hopefully this is right. X minus 5, would that work? Multiply together, negative 15, add them up, negative 2, so that will work out. Right, which means that from here X has to be negative 3, and from here X gets 5. Alright, but unfortunately we cannot take both, because if X is negative 3, you can see that the log function only takes a positive value, so negative 3 isn't even in the domain of this log function. So this guy cannot be the answer, because log function doesn't make sense when X equals negative 3. The only right answer or solution is 5. 5 is okay. If you plug in 5 minus 2, that's still positive, and 5 there is still positive. So 5 is the only answer. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.